Happy Tuesday, wherever you are on this phenomenal planet. Hey, 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 hey. That's how I'm feeling. Come on now. If you can get up and dance, let's do a shimmy. Let's do the shimmy. Hey. Yes. Hey. Hey. Woo! It is that time for Shift Your Thinking Tuesdays with yours truly, where we transform our inner experience to a phenomenal outer experience for 13 minutes of our time, of our day. We do it together. We connect, build, and share. Shout out to Richmond. And if you are on the Instagram, say hi, say hello. Shout out the city and state where you're from. Bartlett. Am I saying that right? Bartletter Rudolph. Tune in from Facebook. Jump in, say hi, say hello. Jump in the chat box as you're scrolling through. This is Shift Your Thinking Tuesdays, where we transform our inner experience to a phenomenal outer experience for 13 minutes of our time, you guys. If you're new to the episode, welcome. If you're new to the show, welcome. We are now on episode 69. Where is that? From Nevis? Where is Nevis? I'm learning this morning already. Continuing our series from Shift Your Thinking, 200 Ways to Improve Our Lives with Dean Del Sesto. So you've guessed it right. There are 200 ways in this book. We are covering all 200 ways. So we are on 69, which means we've got 100 and do the math to go. I'm excited. I'm feeling really powered up, energetic. We're going to love this episode. I think it's timely right now, especially because you're inundated right now with Go Vote. This episode is, I'm calling it, what am I calling it? Hold on. Let me find out. What am I calling it? Just want to make sure I'm streaming actually too on Facebook. Yes, I'm calling it No Excuses in the Information Era. So looks like the onus is on you. The onus is on you. Oh, St. Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean. Yo, family there on Instagram. I'm from Belize. My folks is from Belize. So, all right. I like it. Family. Yes, man. You know what? I just saw the Uber Soca cruise. I'm like, I want to go. How am I missing out? I'm like missing out on the Uber Soca cruise. So for 2019, I'm probably going to be on the Uber Soca cruise because I love soca, punta, reggae, rock. Lovers rock. Are you kidding me? Like all day. Hey, Greg, shout out. Say hello. How are you? Hi, Kimberly. Hello. Kimberly Smith on Facebook. Be sure to drop in the comments box. Say hi, say hello. We're going to love this. Like I said, it's timely because we're inundated with, are you getting text messages too that says go vote? It's everywhere. And why? Because we're so connected. We are really in an information era and there is no more excuses. There is no more excuses of you not knowing. So let me just jump in this book because I can already build on this. I could just do a whole segment without really reading this, but I'm not going to do that because we're here to connect, build, and share together. It's Louis Bruce, Greg Savage. Hey, good rising, grand rising to all of you. Nevada's in the building. Love it. Let me see what else is happening. All right. I just want to make sure I give my folks some love. Just want to make sure that, oh, let me sound check on Facebook too, by the way. Let me see. Make sure that's happening. Make sure we're sound checking. I have to make sure I'm sound checking because it's like the most interesting things have been transpiring. Greg says, I just read Real Estate 100 last night. What? Shameless plug. I love it. I love it. See, if I could give you hearts, I would give you hearts because he says, you and Anthony did a great job. Yes, I received that. Anthony Lee, my co-author. And for those of you who don't know, he is talking about this book. Yes, that I have co-authored with my Philadelphia realtor partner, Anthony Lee, doing amazing things and huge supporters of Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. Go ahead and check it out. All right, Greg, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Kimberly says, congratulations on your show. Awesome. Kimberly, thank you. All right, y'all, let's get in. I love it. I love it. I really appreciate this love. So here we are, episode 69. If you're following along, I'm in the section that says, before you meet the who's who, you better know what's what. I'm going to say that again. Before you meet the who's who, you better know what's what. I'm loving this one already. The author says, during the course of our lives, we will meet people who have the capacity to accelerate our lives in extraordinary ways. Exactly, right? How many of you are going through life? Me, I am going through life. And you know, there's one person, one connection away from changing your life. One connection away. Let me just say this, actually, because I can speak very candidly about this. Very candidly, because I'm actually doing something historical. And it actually has to do with the book, Real Estate 100, the movement, Ready, Set, Real Estate, the show on Wednesdays, which this is a cross-pollination between that. The reason why, again, I do Shift Your Thinking Tuesdays is because if your mind is not ready to receive, nothing I teach, empower, educate, show you on real estate is going to matter. I will not be useful to you if your mind, body, and spirit is not in that place or space. Now, as I talk about, as he says, meeting people that can change your life in extraordinary ways. It was through a connection of my intern. So we just culminated the youngest real estate intern in our program and probably history. Shout out to Sean Reynolds at 15 years old, completed our 6 weeks internship program where he then was eligible for a $500 scholarship, which we gifted to him. And he can use that towards his real estate license, his state exam, and or higher education. That's what we're doing through our nonprofit organization, Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. And it was through Sean's mother, Kiana, that I connected with another individual that guess what? As of tomorrow, we will be, our program, Real Estate 100, the curriculum, the workshop will be in the first elementary school. I will be teaching grades 3 through 5. Yes, grades 3 through 5 in elementary real estate. They will be learning real estate literacy, terms, concepts, basics. Never been done. That for me, that's life-changing. Why? Because 3 years ago when I wrote this book that started this whole movement, 3 years ago when I wrote this book, I had a vision. My I am is that I envision one day of a world, of a nation of people that be real estate literate, that you can make the decision of real estate based on knowing versus not knowing. You no longer have excuses in the information era. That's what we're talking about. There are no more excuses in the information era for not knowing. Thank you, Greg. He says that's major. Yes. Landscape Larry, shout out. South Carolina's in the building. He says, that's amazing. Yes, you guys, absolutely. And it's not unique to me. That's what's really nice, that there's nothing new under the sun, right? When we work on manifestation, visualization techniques, that's what this is. Is your mind ready to receive the download? Because that was a major download that I received, but really came from a calling from everybody, because that was born out of the housing crisis of 2008. When we know that Black and brown primarily were steered into products, loan products that were not ideal for them. They were steered into some prime loan products that they were well qualified for at par interest rate, at prime rates. So that calling, that spirit, that crying out loud became a very loud movement in the realm in which I was ready to receive. You know how many people I ran across that said, man, I thought about that same thing. You know how many people said, I thought about that same thing. Oh, I was going to do that same thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. How many people have you connected with that said, oh, I had that same idea. Oh, I was going to do that same thing. So why didn't you? Right? Landscape Larry says, I believe that vision, and thanks for giving my boys a head start with your books. Gratitude. It is an honor for me. It is an honor for me to do that, because they are the future. I get to plant those seeds. I get to leave. I get to become immortal in the lives of your sons and those that I'm connected with. This digital footprint that I'm doing, I get to immortalize myself, that there will be no excuses that our children's cannot say, you know what? No one ever talked about visualization, manifestation. No one ever looked like me that talked real estate or did real estate, sold real estate, had a show on real estate, wrote books on real estate, owned a nonprofit on real estate, founded real estate. There is no more excuses. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm going? So reflect back in your life. What is your gift that you are here because you owe it to us? You came here with something very special and you owe it to us. I'm in my wheelhouse. I'm a lane hugger. My coaches know this. My coaches tell me it is okay for you to be a lane hugger. And I love that, because it has empowered me to be all about this. Ready, set, real estate. I wear this all the time. Even when I sleep, I got a dress that says ready, set. I got a couple dresses that, you know, my little tidy gown that I wear, and I sleep in that. Why? Because I know it has the possibility to change lives, my family's lives, my community's lives, and a nation's lives. This is something that transcends all isms. But that's me. That's for me. All right, let's continue. I read one line and you see what happened? Where I was like, choo, gone. Because there's no more excuses in an information era. Here's what I am finding. Because there's so much information, we now have to tap into our intuitive psychic abilities to use discernment. I don't mean to yell at y'all too. I know my voice is elevated. I'm feeling strong this morning. I'm feeling strong right now. I'm feeling strong in that sense is because I know you're inundated with so much information that you are now confused. It is now difficult to discern who is authentically here for you. When I revamp myself as super agent, look, I got the deck of cards right here. When I revamped myself as super agent, that was because I wanted people to be able to distinguish who is genuinely and authentically here advocating for them. It's okay. Not everybody's for you. Not everybody is for you. And it's okay, because the onus is on you to discern who is. I don't know. Someone had to hear that. I don't know. That again, that went, woo. Greg says application is important. And he says, gotta own it. Yes. He says, the author, let me continue. The author says, it won't be often and will rarely have a second chance if we miss at it the first opportunity. He's talking about getting connected with somebody that can change your life. You have to be ready to receive that. True? This has been months. This has been 36 months in the making. And come December, I'm going to launch the first online youth real estate course in history for grades 11 and up. Now I don't have to be, people don't have to try to get their funds together to fly me out. And while I love connecting in person with you, guess what? Now we're just going to launch this online, and you can register your kids come December. They can learn what my students are learning one-on-one with me over the course of 6 weeks. Your kids get to learn that. They get to complete assessments. And when they successfully complete it, they will get a certificate of completion credited to our nonprofit Real Estate 100 Youth Foundation. That's what my mind is doing. That's what I'm building. That's what this is all about for me. It's greater than me, y'all. It really is. I am such a creative state right now. You have to be in a position ready to receive it. So trying to get connected with who's who and a person, if you are not in a position with the what is what we're talking about, with the what, then it'll be all moot. It's useless. He says, so it stands to reason that being a thought leader in your area of expertise is not only a wise decision, it's quite enjoyable to know more than anybody else in your area of expertise. And it's okay. That's something that I actually had challenges with for some time. I had challenges with calling myself an expert. I remember when I wrote the first book, some branding colleagues and those who do branding and do different, are in that circle had said to me, I remember when we released a press release, even the editor for that press release or for that major online distribution company said to me, called me back, and he said, well, we want to change the headline and call, and just kind of change the headline and refer to you as an expert. And I cringed. With that. Why did I cringe? Because I didn't consider myself an expert. I just felt like, I just was like, I know this stuff and I'm just sharing it. I cringed that someone wanted to call me or perceive me to be an expert. And I possibly cringed because I knew what weight and responsibility, and especially in an era where everybody's a guru, I personally cringe with that. I cringe when I hear that. I don't want to be called a guru. And that's why I love Tony Robbins' documentary that says, I'm not your guru, because that resonated with me when people are saying, oh, real estate guru, or no, I'm not that. I'm Lisa, who so happens to do real estate. But if you want to call me something, call me by my federal trademark, which is super agent. I trademarked that for a reason. I didn't want to be categorized into what everybody else was, all that. No, that's not what I want to do. But as he says, it's quite enjoyable. Absolutely. I get to be in my own niche. I am an expert in this. Why? Because not anybody can teach children facts. Okay. People question and they challenge what I'm doing because they can't conceptualize, how am I teaching children? I have a gift for it. That then makes me an expert. I have a gift for it, and I have the ability to connect with the youth. I'm a big kid at heart, and I'll probably be that for the rest of my life. Are you kidding me? I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I love to laugh hard. I'm tickled by silliness. Yes. And for them, I do dress up in a costume. How many of you seen me live? How many of you seen me speak and present live? I have spandex, boots, and a cape. customized, designed after my cartoon character. I do that for our children. I don't do this for you to entertain you. I do it for them because that's how the information resonates with them. Florence says, girl, we still need to get it together. Hey, shout out to Florence. Thank you. She says, hey, girl, go girl. Yes. In all honesty, right? And it's so funny, Florence, that you say that we still need to get it together because now I am developing books that are targeting my older audience because I have been asked this time and time again. What do you have for adults? What do you have for adults? You're doing great stuff for the youth. What are you doing for the seniors and the adults? And I'm like, in an information era, you got tons of information. Why is it that people are still asking me to create it? Because of what I just said, authenticity. There's so much information overload. It is now hard to distinguish who is genuinely kicking out the legit information. Isn't that funny how that works? You know, the saying too much of something is bad, too much information. Now we can't distinguish. Now we're all confused. Don't let me go there. Don't let me go there because this is exactly why I do it. I stay in my lane. I'm not knocking what everybody else is doing. Exactly. Florence says, you're a good person from the core. Thank you, love. Greg says, well, other cultures, he says, teach their youth about economics and wealth building. It's been our time. There it is. We have to choose that, right? Are we going to make the investment though? Are we going to make the investment? Again, it's not for everybody. The onus is on us. I love this. I love this, you guys. He says it's an altogether different experience when you get caught not knowing what you should know. It's an altogether different experience. Get caught not knowing what you should know. We are talking about no excuses in the information era. He says, in the information age, there is no excuse for not being on the edge of what is current. Be cultured. Cultured. Men, women, it is very attractive to be a cultured individual. I'm not saying be an arrogant individual that you need to know everything, but be aware. Be connected. Listen to some like NPR, talk radio news. Set your settings. Google has a new feature that you can now select what you're interested in. I select global because global news impacts local real estate. What is happening globally with culture, economics, and demographics of people globally impacts local real estate. Why? Because we're all connected. As you may have heard me say this before, we are in a shifting market. Our market is shifting to a buyer's market. I will say this is actually the best time as a buyer to buy in this quarter, in this season. There's a lot more inventory sitting, and guess what? The people who need to sell their home need to sell. They are more apt to negotiate with you. They are more apt to consider price, terms, and different things that they would not have considered before in a seller's market. You can say Super Agent said so. All right. And if you want to consult with me one-on-one, DM me. I'm here for that. I do have a national network, regardless of what state you're in. Holla at your girl. Shameless plug. All right. So he says the access we have to information is a keystroke or a download away. True or false? The access we have to information is a keystroke or a download away. I'm giving tons of information. Like if you subscribe to my channel, Ready, Set, Real Estate, I'm on second season. I have featured so many people in real estate, so many aspects. I'm now building out a platform to educate property owners. Stay tuned to propertyownersedu.com. I'm releasing the book called First Time Home Sellers. You seen anybody educate property owners? No, me. Everybody's educating first-time home buyers, but guess what? That home buyer that becomes a seller for the first time does not know what to expect. Why? Because they've never sold a home. They're inundated now with all these online brokerages, flat fees, save money, all this other stuff. However, do you know how litigious our industry is? Our industry is litigious, meaning it's a sue happy. You will get yourself in legal trouble. You will get yourself in legal trouble if you are not working with a professional. Greg says that's so true. There's no excuses, really. There's no excuses. Hashtag no excuses. No excuses. He says the access we have to information is a keystroke or a download away, and our progress is generally proportionate to how well and how often we provide others with information that can transform their circumstances. Do you mean to say, if I change your life, I change my life? Do you mean to say that if I bring value, I get value? Wow. He says it's the discipline of always being fresh in every meeting, conversation, and interaction that positions us for steady promotion up any corporate ladder or in any relationship. Didn't I just say that? I gave you a personal tip. I find being cultured very attractive. If someone can, especially because my mind goes from boom, 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 and for someone to keep, I don't expect you to keep up, but be cultured, be aware, be in tune, be connected, have something to converse about. Have something to converse about. I've seen this on people who, when they're dating and getting connected with individuals, and one of the things that comes up all the time, it says, have something to talk about. Be cultured. The author says, on average, the top 5% of all business people spend several hours a week learning various aspects of their career position, their products or services, and their industry. I would agree, because on a daily, even on my day off, like Wednesdays are my day off, but I'm doing the show, so I'm still learning something. And every other day I'm in trainings, meetings, collaborations. I'm in business, I'm in negotiations, constantly learning. Why? Because I said and I committed to myself that I will do the absolute best in my career. This is what I've decided upon. There was a time, once upon a time, when I was not in a conducive relationship to my career, that I had said, should I just quit? Because I was not in an environment or in a relationship that supported that. Not many people really know what entrepreneurship is like. I don't get paid every week per se. I have checks coming in every week as I put in the work and the results, but I am running a business. And so it does take a specific partner for me, and I think for entrepreneurs, to support that environment. And that comes with learning. He says, the author says, they not only open books, he's talking about taking the time in the information era to learn. Taking the time, he says, they not only open books and move a cursor to stay current, right? He's talking about online, moving the cursor, You keystroke away, you download away from being knowledgeable. You're a keystroke and download away from being knowledgeable, he says. And they use every business activity as a learning tool and seek counsel from others on a regular basis. Absolutely. That's what networking is about, collaboration. Because one thing I do know is that I don't know. I don't know everything. You're going to constantly learn until the day you die. And that's physically. Don't be afraid of that. We covered an episode about that. We already talked about death. Go visit the past episodes. We're on episode 69. If you're getting hip to us, check out the archives and the replay. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. Oh my gosh, 41 minutes, 13 minutes went too far. I really went in. I love y'all for staying connected though. Okay, let's wrap this up. He says, in short, they live a lifestyle of learning. It is the commitment that turns ordinary business people into thought leaders, industry experts, and the highest paid individuals in their category. The opportunities that come from being among the most knowledgeable players in the industry are endless. So I'll leave you with this. Thank you all for connecting, building, and sharing with me. I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at lasuperagent on all social media. It has been an absolute joy. So what are you going to learn today? I should have called it, you going to learn today. What are you going to learn today? There are no more excuses in the information era. You're so concerned with getting connected with the who's who that you need to be careful and mindful that you need to know what. Be on point. Be abreast. Be current. Be informed is what a lot of people like to say. There are no more excuses. All right, that's my time. Way past my time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a powerful and productive week. I will see you next week on Shift Your Thinking for episode 70. We're doing amazing things, and thank you for staying connected. Be sure again to stay connected. Shout out to our replay listeners on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, Breaker. We're on radio podcasts everywhere. Just plug in the name Lisa Puerto or LA Super Agent, and we'll pop right up. Make sure you hit the subscribe and stay connected. We'll see you next week. Love you.